So much. NASCAR continues to grow in popularity, and behind the wheel of every great car is a great driver. So how do drivers break away from the pack when it comes to gaining a huge following? Ken Unger, he is the founder and president of U.S. Sports Advisors, and he's in town to talk about just that. How are you, Ken?
Good, Sean. How are you?
Doing very well. You're in Vegas here moderating a panel at the Sports Business Journal NASCAR Motorsports Marketing Forum. Very long. The forum's called the Athlete Branding Through Social Media.
Right.
Social media has totally changed the game as far as how these athletes reach out to their fans.
It's changed everything. Here's a few statistics. So if positive tweets during a sports broadcast will on average raise the ratings by 28%.
Wow.
About 15% people who attend sporting events do so because of social media, the things they see on social media.
Huh.
Social media continues to influence sports like no other industry.
And NASCAR in itself is growing by leaps and bounds. It's 75 million plus fans, it's estimated now.
Correct.
So social media and is connecting the fans with these drivers.
Absolutely. It gives drivers an unfettered opportunity to talk directly to fans and for fans to talk back. So the level of engagement with fans and drivers has never been better.
We have your book on the set here. It's called Ahead of the Game, What Every Athlete Needs to Know About the Sports Business. Now, what inspired you to write this book, and what mistakes do you often see newly christened pro athletes make?
Sure. Well, athletes spend their entire life learning how to be at the top of their game. They have skill coaches, they have trainers, but no one teaches them how to do things off the field or off the racetrack.
Publicly savvy.
Publicly savvy, how to deal with reporters, how to deal with the media, how to talk to fans. So I was inspired to write a book about that as a resource for athletes to teach them those skills they need to do that.
You see athletes and marketing now more than ever seem to go hand in hand. I mean, it's really, Peyton Manning now owns his own Papa John's. I mean, it's really, the line is blurred. Why do you think companies align themselves with these pro athletes?
I think because people trust athletes who they trust as a testimonial to buy a product. It's been true since Honus Wagner in 1905, the first person to do an athlete endorsement. So ever since then, athletes who endorse products, those products sell better.
You wouldn't happen to have a Honus Wagner baseball card, would you?
I don't.
That's why we're here working. Your company actually connects these athletes with brands, correct?
Correct.
Tell us about your work and how you manage to do that.
Well, we help athletes define who they are and what they stand for authentically, to be able to portray who they really are. And what happens is that often aligns very well with companies and products that stand for the same values. We help match athletes with brands.
Awesome. Getting back to the social media aspect for a second, this could be talking to fans and fans talking to athletes and vice versa.
Right.
Is a great thing until it's not a great thing. You have a few bad games, maybe a couple bad races. All of a sudden, you know, here's a guy from Omaha making fun of the way you drive.
Right.
And then you could kind of get smark back to him, and it's in the front of all the papers. Like there's a risk to this as well.
Exactly. The fact that there's no filter cuts both ways. It could be a real benefit. It could allow athletes to talk directly to fans, but sometimes if that filter isn't used correctly, it could end up really poorly for the athlete.
So it's a very powerful tool when used correctly.
Correct. We often tell athletes, when in doubt, don't.
That's a great tip. Yeah. If people want to get their hands on this book, how do they do so?
You can go to ussportsadvisors.com or aheadofthegamebook.com.
All right, it's really cool cool stuff. And if I am ever a pro athlete, I'm trying. Foosball. I just bought myself a foosball table. I'm going pro. Ken, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sean.
All right, thank you, Ken. And Ken's going to be leading a panel on athlete branding through social media today and tomorrow at the Aria Resort. For more information on U.S. Sports Advisors, the website's ussportsadvisors.com. They're also on Twitter. Follow them, and we'll be back.
Okay, Theodore?
Okay.
Okay, Alvin? Alvin? Alvin!